in the definition clause, the new definition that has been added, which is not found in the Indian Penal Code, is the definition of the word child. They have said it is said in that enactment, child means any person who has not attained the age of 18 years. That's all the amendment. But the significance of this amendment is very great. Why? Because if you go to the provisions of section 361, kidnapping a minor, kidnapping or abducting a minor, section 363 clause A, subsection 1, 2 and 3, the word used is minor. They have not used the word child. In the code I am telling. Whenever I say code, it is IPC, Indian Penal Code. Whenever I say Sanhita, it is Nyaya Sanhita. So in the code, the word child is not used. The word minor is used. What if? What is that? What difference will it make? You may ask a question. Because the Indian Majority Act says, a person who has completed the age of 18 years is a major. So that means a person who has not completed 18 years is a minor. So what difference is there? There is a difference. What is the difference? Section 361 speaks of kidnapping a minor from a lawful custody or a lawful guardianship. The section 363 capital A subsection 1 of the Indian Penal Code, those sections are here also in Nyaya Sanhita in the form of section 137 of Nyaya Sanhita. Subsection 1 says, any person who kidnaps a child for the or any lawful guardian or a guardian who kidnaps a child for the purpose of employing that child for the purpose of begging. For the purpose of begging. Subsection 2 says, any person who maims the child, M-A-I-M-S, who maims the child for the purpose of begging. Subsection 3 says, any person who is not a lawful guardian, who has taken the child into his custody, and if the child remains his custody, the law presumes that he has kidnapped the child. ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಆ ಮಗುವಿನ ಪೋಷಕನಾಗಿರಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ರಕ್ಷಕನಾಗಿರಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಪಕ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನೇನಾದರೂ ಆ ಮಗುನ ಅವನ ಹತ್ರ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅವನಲ್ಲಿ ಲಾಫುಲ್ ಗಾರ್ಡಿಯನ್ನೂ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಪೋಷಕನೂ ಅಲ್ಲ, he has nothing to do with it, but he has a child with him. The presumption is, and his intention is to employ that child for the purpose of begging. Then the presumption is he has kidnapped the child. So wherever these three sections are there, the word used is a minor. The difficulty here is the minor is defined in subsection 4 in the same section 363A. There, according to this particular section, a minor is a person who has not attained 16 years of age in case of a male and 18 years of age in case of a female. So what is the consequence? The consequence is disastrous. How? If you go by that definition, old definition in 363A subsection 4, any person who is above 16 years and below 18 years is not covered under that particular type of offense. In case of male, I am telling, no female, no problem, 18 years. In case of a male child who has completed 16 years but not completed 18 years, he is not covered under this section 363, 361, 363A subsection 1, 2 and 3. So what should happen to such children who are minors for all purposes under the Majority Act? Indian Juvenile Justice Act, sorry, Juvenile Justice Act says that any person who has not attained the age of 18 years is a juvenile. Protection of Children from, Prohibition of Child Marriage Act of 2006 says that any person who has not attained the age of 21 years in case of a male is a child. In case of a male. Prohibition of Child Marriage Act 2006. This anomaly is there. So in order to cure that anomaly, what the new law says is a child means a person who has not completed 18 years. So wherever the word minor is used in the world code, it is replaced with a child. Look at the beauty. One small definition, addition of the word child has made such a magnificent changes in those penal provisions. That's what I told you. Though the amendment is very small, its impact is very huge. And in case of section 363, subsection 2 of the Indian Penal Code, it says that where a person maims the child, maims means making the child totally physically disabled. ಕೈ ಕತ್ತರಿಸೋದು, ಕಾಲು ಕತ್ತರಿಸೋದು, ಭಿಕ್ಷಾಟನೆ ಬಿಡೋದು. ದೇರ್ ವಾಸ್ ಒನ್ ಫಿಲಮ್, ನೋಡಿರ್ತಿರೋ ಇಲ್ವೋ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ವಯಸ್ಸು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ನೋಡ್ದಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ ನನಗೆ. ವಿಷ್ಣುವರ್ಧನ್ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಬಹಳ ಬಹಳ ಹಳೆ ಫಿಲಮ್, ನಾವು ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಓದ್ತಿದ್ವೇನು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇಬ್ಬರು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವಳಿ ಜವಳಿ. ಇವನ್ನ ಯಾವನೊಬ್ಬ ಆಂಟಿ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಿಡ್ನ್ಯಾಪ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಕಿಡ್ನ್ಯಾಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವನ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಕಾಸಿಡ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಬೆಗೆಂದು ಬಿಡ್ತಾನೆ. So that comes under section 363A subsection 2. A child is maimed for the purpose of employing it for begging, and from the alms that the child brings, he ekes out his livelihood. For that, under the old code, old ಅನ್ನೋ ಪದ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಬಾರ್ದು, ಇನ್ನೂ 5 ದಿವಸ ಇದೆ. Under the code, the punishment is may extend up to 10 years. Imprisonment, which may extend up to 10 years. But under the Nyaya Sanhita, punishment shall not be less than 20 years. If a person maims the child, for the purpose
shall not be less than 20 years.
For the purpose of begging, the punishment shall not be less than 20 years. Under the code, it may extend to 10 years. So it could be 1 year also. It could be 6 months also. It could be 10 years also. But here, no discretion is given to the court. You must sentence him to minimum 20 years of imprisonment. That is a beautiful change that has taken place because of the addition of this particular definition, adding of the word minor or child in place of a minor. Similarly, wherever the word minor is used in the code, it is replaced with the word child. So it will have its own impact or significance in the respective sections. That is one thing. Then, gender, Gender. In the code, gender is defined as he, he, and its derivatives includes she also. In the code, he includes she also. But in the new Sanhita, ಅದನ್ನು ಹಾಗೆ ಉಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, and includes transgender also. So the transgender also has been brought into the ambit of the definition of the word gender. Then the question is, who is a transgender? For that also explanation is given in the new Sanhita. Transgender means a person who has been defined as a transgender under section 19K of the under section 2K of the Transgender Protection of Rights Act of 2019. There is a separate act to protect the rights of a transgender called as Transgender Protection of Rights Act of 2019. So whatever the definition that is found to a word transgender in that particular act is imported here. That is another important significant change that has been made in the Nyaya Sanhita.
ಇದು ಏಷ್ಯಾನೆಟ್ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಪ್ರಸ್ತುತಿ. ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಏಷ್ಯಾನೆಟ್ ಸುವರ್ಣ ನ್ಯೂಸ್.